Hello, I'm Bood FM and welcome to the channel and welcome to a brand new rebuild. It is rebuilding Saint-Etienne. Now, I am buzzing for this. Hopefully you're going to enjoy it too. There's several reasons why I'm excited about it, and there's a good challenge within this rebuild. I don't know how long it's going to last. I don't think we'll end up going as long as maybe Coventry and Palermo did, but we'll see. I like to not restrict myself anymore to 3 episodes like I used to early in the series. I like to just go with the flow and see how you guys are feeling, see how I'm feeling, see what challenges are ahead in the next season. But as always, I just really appreciate you sitting here and watching and supporting. You can always support me a little bit more by smashing that like button. Subscribe if you're new. I've just recently hit 13,000 subscribers. I am going to be doing a little video soon, a channel update. I'm going to discuss a few things going forward, so hopefully you'll tune in for that. So keep your eyes out for that. And if you really want to support me, you can become a patron. And if you become a patron this month, there's a good chance you'll be a part of something special on FM21. But enough of that. I can't wait, honestly, to get stuck into this. I've loved playing this first season. Hopefully you're going to love watching it. Let's begin. Now, there's 3 main reasons why I wanted to do this, and I've wanted to do it for a long time. The lowest reason, number 3 on the list, let's do a top 3, is that I've been there. I have actually been to Saint-Etienne. Now, just above my head, I'm going to put some circles around 3 places. For 10 years, from being 6 to 16, my dad was a school teacher. Every year we'd go on a school holiday to Meymac in the Carrez region. Amazing. And every year for one day we'd go and have a day trip somewhere. I'd go to Lyon, I've been to Bordeaux, and we've been to Saint-Etienne a couple of times. So, I mean, I was a youngster, didn't go to the football ground or anything, but I do remember the place and it always stuck in my head. Now, number 2 on the list, the second reason I want to do this rebuild and be the manager of Saint-Etienne is because I've got special memories of the club within the game. Now, this is the first time I played football manager / champ manager. I still call the game champ between me friends. We have to call it football manager nowadays, don't we? It's always going to be champ manager. This was my first game. There were older versions, but I couldn't get hold of a computer. Around this time in my life, it was quite tough at home. So when this game came out, my boss had been telling me the year before how amazing the older version was. So as soon as I could get my hands on a computer, the first game I bought was this. I've played it every year since. I've played it every year, all year, ever since. I should have gone to YouTube a lot earlier, shouldn't I? Now, as always, you're going to take over the first team you manage. And I've told the story before, but I started off as Man United. I got the sack. I ended up at Leicester in the league below. Got them promoted. Ended up at Everton. Had a great career. Loved it. But the first time I ever ventured out of England was with Saint-Etienne. They're my first ever foreign team. And the third and the main reason I want to do this is because this club is, or was, super successful. And it's what I noticed when I first took them over that time. I knew I'd been there. I didn't know there was a football team, I'll be honest with you, because I was a kid when I went. And then when I became the manager, I looked at the history and realised they're the most successful team in the top flight of French football. Now, Marseille have a Champions League, that's amazing. But they've only got 9. Lyon, our fierce rival, local rival, that's why they were on the map and circled, because we are enemies. They've got 7, and they actually won their 7 in a bunch back in the early 90s, I think. We'll have a look in a minute. I remember them being the dominant force. I think, they're good, they'd get great players, and they'd sell them on for a lot of money. Until, obviously, these boring bastards turned up with all the money and ruined French football, in my opinion. Lyon did it off their own back, didn't they really? They didn't do it with mega money, not like Paris money. And then when they had a great player, they had to sell them. Paris don't. And just, there's a period as well, I'll look at in a minute, in between the Lyon and Paris eras, where French football is exciting, and it's not exciting anymore. And that's the bonus challenge of this rebuild. I've done it with Marseille, but I found that a bit easy, to be fair. I don't think it's going to be as easy with Saint-Etienne. But trying to top up Paris Saint-Germain, to me, is always a challenge, because they just have crazy, crazy, crazy money. So let's have a little look. And as you can see, Paris have won, 4, 5, 6 out of the last 7 titles. So before that, they'd only won it once. And I think that's down here in 1993. They were crap, weren't they? I think, and then if you keep going down, look, there we are. That was our era. End of the 60s, mid-60s, sorry. Yeah, end of the 60s, into the 70s. And then they won the last title in 1981. And then they finished runners-up the next year. And Saint-Etienne have not been in the top 3 since. That's a challenge in itself. And that's what this game's all about, isn't it? Rebuilds are great, and I like taking over teams. For instance, Coventry. I mean, if you're a Coventry fan, no offence, I had no affiliation to Coventry really, but after that kind of save and you put that many hours into something, I love Coventry now. And I'm going to try and get my hands on a shirt at some point this year. Same with Palermo, to be fair. But Saint-Etienne, I love this challenge. I love the idea. I love the club. The nickname is Les Verts. Apparently that means the Greens. Now, when I looked into the history of this club, which was founded in 1919, apparently it was founded by a group of greengrocers from basically a supermarket chain. It's like Asda FC, Sainsbury's Rovers, Morrison's United. That's basically what this is. And it was something casino, and they were coloured after the casino, the chain of supermarkets. And then when they went professional, or some laws changed and you couldn't use branding, they had to drop the casino. And then the names had a few changes over the years. But basically, we're a supermarket greengrocer team. But what a team! What a team! Fierce rivals, Lyon. Obviously, they had their dominance. They would love to get back. But they're still a very good team. Got Memphis Depay. So it'd be interesting to have some battles with them. We play them in our main derby. Now we play in the Stade Geoffroy Guichard. I cannot say that. Please help me. Do your little pronunciation things that you do for me in the comments. But it's a fantastic stadium. It's got a bit of history. It's old. For a while it looks a bit crap. And then what I loved about it is they've not moved and tried to build a new one. They've improved it. Similar to like Marseille, haven't they? They've improved it and it looks brilliant. I absolutely love this stadium. I've not seen it for a bit. I've seen it in the past, but I didn't know they'd upgraded it like this. I don't really follow French football. But it's a 42,000 seater and we don't own it. It's owned by the council, so that's something to aim for. Affiliates. Wow. I mean, wow. All lower level, obviously. But we need to get some good affiliates in there, especially money affiliates. Unlike at Palermo, where I could never get one, I'm hoping we can do something different here. And maybe, we're never going to win a league title up against Paris Saint-Germain. We might. We'll see what I can do. See if I can work my magic. A little European trophy. That'd be good. So obviously it's the start of FM20. So it's only made its transfers. A lot of them have been made. I'll have a look in a minute before I do anything. And they've got 12 million in the bank. 6 to spend. There's not much. What, a grand wiggle room in the wages. There's not a lot going on here, is there? And that's the struggle with something like this. I want to look at this mainly because they've had a few bad years and getting relegated. But they've been on this lovely curve here. Bit of a dip. But last year they actually finished 4th, which means we're going to be in the Europa League my first season, which is great. You can see that up there. So that is my target. 4th or higher. If I get less than that, then I've done a bad job. Vision-wise, they're just aiming for the Europa League year on year. Hopefully we can change that and make sure the club, I want to see this club get better. And I'm going to try everything I can. I'm going to use everything within the game to make us rich and powerful and strong. So the club's made a lot of changes this summer. This is all, if you loaded up the game, this is what you'd have to. I'm not sure about a lot of them. Some decent players in and out. Some good ones, to be fair, but not spent big. And that's going to be a theme, I think, especially for the first couple of years. I'm going to have to look for loans, freebies, cheap players. Meet William. Now he's 18, and you think, oh, he's good, isn't he? But he's on loan from Arsenal. Have you seen how much Arsenal paid for him? If you're an Arsenal fan, can you let me know, please, if that is real? Because I've not seen that 27 million. It's not in my bank account. So we've got him for a season, which is great. Young prospect that's not ours anymore. What a lot of shit. Here are the staff, and of course, I'm going to rip this to shreds. I don't think I keep anyone. I'll show you what I do afterwards, and it gets better and better, trust me. And I found France to be quite good, and the board to be quite good actually with certain things. They're definitely open to expanding the staff and getting better that way, even with like improving the club infrastructure as well. So hopefully it's going to be a fun save. Tactically, I'm going to be using the Saint. It's called basically after Saint-Etienne. It's similar to the Palermo one at the end that I was using. I don't know if it'll be successful. We'll see. I've got a couple of others. I might have them training in. But this is going to be the main one. Quite like it. It's done great for me with Palermo, especially towards the end. Now, these are the bookies odds for us. And even though we finished 4th last year, they've got us finishing 9th. I mean, forget Paris, and this league's fun. If you could just remove Paris Saint-Germain, this league would be a brilliant league. Some great teams, all similar. Lyon, Monaco, Marseille, Lille, Bordeaux, Nice. Got money now, aren't they? Rennes always have great freaking amount of wonder kids I've got of them over the years. Montpellier, Nantes. I mean, there's good teams in the league below. Now, if you have a look at the rules, in Ligue 1. Top 3 Champions League. So that'd be nice. 4th Europa League group stage. So that's us this year. We finished 4th last year, so we're straight in. 5th and 6th. I think that all depends as well, doesn't it, on the cups, because you've got 2 cups as well. I'm not 100% sure though, actually. With the cups, they both get European spots like in England. This is the Coupe de la Ligue. It's like the League Cup, and yeah, continental qualification winner qualifies for the Europa League. I thought I'd just double check. The Coupe de France. The Coupe de France. Again, wins a place in the Europa League. I used to be able to speak quite decent French because I went so much as a kid. All gone. I haven't been since I was 16. So yeah, it's all gone. Like I said, bonjour, monsieur. Je voudrais une Coca-Cola, s'il vous plaît. Je m'appelle David. That's all I can do. Now back to the rules for the league. We've got VAR, goal line technology, all that modern stuff. Now, you can only loan 5 players. I think they've got 4, so I think I can bring 1 loan in. 4 non-EU players, which is annoying. Can't just get a load of Brazilians. That'd be easy, wouldn't it? Bastards. You can have a massive squad. Transfer window. There's all different ones in France, isn't there? You can have, it's the Joker window, isn't there? What's it called? The Joker transfer period. That's it. 1 player from any French club over a certain period of time. Injury replacement transfers. So there's a lot, really, when it comes to that. I made 2 signings. One is this guy. I needed something in midfield. There was absolutely nothing. And as you've seen, I didn't have much going on, really. And there wasn't much going on. And I don't know how much he's going to play. But I like him as a player. I like his experience. So where I was lacking was up top. We needed a striker. I felt like I only actually had 1 striker. Only played with 1 up top. So I wanted someone else. I had 1 lone spot left. And I've used it on Mr. Arp from Bayern Munich. He looks like he could become good. He's a bit of a gamble. He's got a bit of promise, but he's either going to rise or he's going to fall and then crash and burn. So it's going to be interesting to see. This is my squad depth. I'll have a quick scroll for you. You might recognise some of the players. We've got a couple of legends, like players who've been here forever. I'm scared to do anything with them in case everyone falls out with me. So yeah, let's have a look at some of the main ones. In goal, we've got Mr. Stéphane Ruffier, 32 years old. Used to be at Monaco. He's been here a while now. Good keeper though. I'd like to improve him at some point. Let's start with one of our legends, and it is Loic Perrin. I think that's how you say it. Apologies if you're French. He's 34 years old, but he's played for this club 369 million times. Never played for anyone else. Now, when it comes to his partners, we're going to look at them quickly. Because they're all 3 stars, aren't they? We've got Mr. I can't say his name, but he looks pretty good. £2.9 million worth. This is one of our loan signings. If you think I'm saying his name, he's called Tim. Sounds very French. Timothée, like a shampoo. He's on loan from. Aren't they Mexican? Anyway, random. And obviously we've got this guy back. At left back, we've got a decent player, Mr. Miguel Trau. God, I'm shit. Just give up on me. I've given up on myself. Now, if you're English and an Arsenal fan, you might know this geezer, Mathau. He's 34 years old. He used to be at Arsenal. Then he didn't play there long, I don't think, but he was ex-Arsenal. He looks pretty good. I know he's old. Onto my midfield triangle, and we've got Mr. Asane. Is going to be my defensive midfielder. He's only 21. Look at his potential. I like it a lot. Now into the middle, and we've got Johan Cabaye, who used to be awesome on this game. I remember him having like passing of like 18. I'm pretty sure his passing used to be awesome. Obviously he was at Newcastle. He's done loads of good stuff. Paris Saint-Germain, Palace. Looks like he's had a season out in the United Arab Emirates, and now he's come here. We have Mr. Jan Villa. I'm not sure how you say his second name. Villa, is that how you say it? Now he's 29 years old. Wasn't he one of them players that used to float around on a free? You saw his sign him and he wasn't very good. He looks decent though. We also have this kid, and he's one of them players, I'm just going to say it to you, who you think's going to be average, and he's not. I like him, and I'm going to like him a lot. On the left wing, I've got Wabi Kazari. Great name. Tunisian, 28 years old. He looks like a really good winger. Over to the right hand side, and we're a bit weak over here. And Romain is our best option at 32 years old. Now up top, my only really out and out striker I felt was Louis. I'm going to call him Louis. He's 26 years old. Used to play for Bristol. Couldn't score for them. Scored 5 goals in 46 games for Saint-Etienne. Bit worried about him. This was my pre-season. I didn't touch it. Now, sometimes I'll do a short 4 gamer, you might know. Sometimes I might do 6 or 7, 8 gamers, try and go on a tour or something. This was fucking on drugs. Really, I should have stopped it, but I thought, do you know what? If that's what they want, let's leave it. Let's see. It might help me really finalise my team. And we didn't lose a game. And of course, we had a couple of testimonials. One against one of my journeyman teams. High Duck Split. Fought Mr. Perrin. Mr. Moulon, he got a testimonial. Talk about, I'll just be the backup keeper forever. Just pay me that wage. I'll just play a game. I mean, he didn't play a game for fucking 4 years. What the frig? And at this moment in time, it's a slow process. But I love it. Why do I like it so much? I don't know. I always go on about the same things, I know. But I think I've improved it, and I'm going to definitely keep on going. If you watch my channel for years, you'll know who Philip Lau is. He's not my assistant this time. I've actually signed him as a coach. I normally have him as an assistant. But I brought him in as a coach for a specific reason, for his mental coaching. And because I love him. We've been through so much together, and I kind of got bullied out of ever signing him again. Some people moaned at me, my job is signing the same assistant manager. I'm like, because I like him, Pep Guardiola and all them lot, they take their assistants with them, don't they? So I kind of felt bullied out of it, so I've avoided him for a while. I couldn't avoid him any longer, me and Phil, man. So I have a new assistant manager, and holy shit, it scares me. He looks so German. Look at his eyes. He's looking at you like, you fuck me about, I want to kill you. I like that. Now we're going back to the competition page just so I can show you the cups. The league started, although we haven't played yet. So it doesn't matter. Friendly Cup, yeah, no. Europa League is there. I'm excited for that, to be fair. I like a bit of European football. Coupe de France, the one that gets to the quarterfinals, and the Coupe de Ligue quarterfinals. I mean, great to win one of them. They're the kind of, them three are what I'm realistic looking at. We could probably win that eventually. It's this. When you're going head to head with them boys, have you got a chance? And let's start with the league. And we are, at this moment in time, 4th. So if we stay here, happy days. I'm only a point above Monaco. Marseille, Lyon and Paris Saint-Germain are ahead of me, but I kind of expected that because they're good teams with some good players. So I think I'm happy to be there, to be fair. No one's standing out anywhere really, apart from this geezer, my left winger, who I said was good, all-rounder. Obviously we're using the same tactic, and I'm sticking with it. I'm just going to force it on everyone at the club. And we join, I'd say, what? We're 7th. I don't know if you join anything there, but we're 7th. We're not doing bad. Paris Saint-Germain, though. I mean, look at the state of it. 50 goals. We've scored 26. I mean, I don't know if you noticed, but they've only drawn 1 game. Undefeated. One of their victories was this. At home, against us, Neymar hat-trick. Scored a couple of free kicks, I think. He was freaking awesome. These are our results as a whole. We started off quite well, undefeated in 4 games, and a loss against Angers. Bit of a bogey scene for me. Don't know why. We've got a bit of Marseille, which doesn't help. Good little run, and we're a bit patchy. We're a bit patchy, but I've got players in and out, fitness troubles, the odd injury. Obviously, the Europa League, and we didn't do bad really. I felt like we should get through when I saw the group, and we had Lazio. I expected them to be a bit better than us, although they weren't really. They just scored more goals. That was it. It's goal difference that got them top of the group. When I looked at the 2 teams, no offence, but I did think we should be beating them, and we did really, really well. And we've drawn my team, Manchester United. Freaking hell. Keep coming up against these in series at the minute. Quick check in on the squad. It's arranged by average rating. So let's have a look at some of the decent players. Obviously, my left back. I like the look of him. He's been very, very good. The Peruvian, Miguel. I like him a lot. Mr. Arp. I said it, didn't I? I said it about Arpy. That he was a bit of a, gamble, really, because he looked alright. And he's fleshing out already. He's been here a couple of months. Scoring enough goals to keep me happy. 14 goals in 23 games. I think that's pretty good. Mr. Romain. I slagged him off. He's not bad. He's not bad. Kabai, I've not been playing him. I've been playing Villa. Youssef, who I said I liked. He's the kid, remember? I like him a lot. And there's another geezer. Who's the other geezer I play? Mr. Diassi in defensive midfielder role. So really happy with that. Mr. Perrin still doing a job. Old man like Perrin. Now if we jump forward to the start of Feb, we were 5th. So it's fluctuating, but it's tight, man. It is a challenge. It's fun. Anyone can beat anyone, unless it's Paris Saint-Germain. It was still undefeated. They've drawn another game, but they're still undefeated. Who's managed to actually take points off him? Strasbourg? What? We're here to look at some of the deals I've made for frees. Now, I'm not bringing these guys in to sell on. Maybe one. Maybe this geezer. Johan Billing. I don't really need him. He's not going to cost me much. I think his value will go up. Definitely. It's just his contract's low, so that's why his value is low. He might go. He might go. I've had him before and he never really works out. He looks good on paper. But I'm not happy with my keepers. So he's good. I've managed to get Freddie Woodman, who I think is a good young keeper on this game. Unlike in England, both cups in France start after Jan. So we're going to start with the League Cup, basically. And we started playing Stade Reims. And we beat them 3-1, Mr. App. In the fourth round to the quarterfinals, we came up against Nantes, who were a good side. You've seen that last time. They were above us in the league. This went down to penalties. Lottery of penalties, and we won. Our luck ran out, though, when we came up against Paris Saint-Germain, the team that beat us 4-0 at home in the league. We again went to their place, and they beat us 6-0. But, monsieur, subscriber, we still have the Coupe de France. Do you know what I mean? Sacre bleu, whatever that means. I don't even know what that means. It sounds like something. Shit. What was that? That swear word for shit? Merde. Merde. I'm pretty sure that's shit. I'm pretty sure. Saint-Etienne versus Toulouse. I've been there as well. Next up, it was the 10th round. How many rounds is it? Jesus. Obviously, we've come in at the 9th. So the 10th round against Le Pieux. And penalties again. Lottery. 1. Then we faced these geezers in the 11th round. Winning 1-0. Mr. App. Salute you. On to the 12th round. No, sorry. It's quarterfinals against Lorient. Beating these, battering them 4-0. Into the semi-finals. Where we lost the derby. We lost the derby. My fans and board would not be happy with this, would they? They weren't. Oh my god. And then they got lynched outside the stadium. Penalties though. I say this, it's a lottery and we lost them. And just in case you didn't notice, we did actually lose the first game to Lyon away in the league as well. So that's 2 derbies so far this season I've lost. Yeah, we had to face Manchester United, who came to our beautiful stadium and ripped us a new arsehole, beating us 4-0. I knew we weren't going to do that well, but Jesus, are we that bad when we play anyone good? I went there thinking we're going to be 8-0, so to only let in 3 at Old Trafford was good. The only bad thing that came out of this, the worst thing that came out of this game was Jesse Lingard. Jesse freaking Lingard scored against me. But we're back up to 4th in the league, which is very exciting. With 59 points, only just above Nantes. Looking like that's probably our maximum spot, but like I said, I'd be very happy with that. And come the end of the season, that is exactly where we stayed. I was very, very happy. Above Monaco, pretty special. 72 points. We lost 10. Paris Saint-Germain, invincible. Bastards. Drew 9, lost none. They are the Invincibles. A team that only conceded 16 goals and almost scored 100. I mean, they didn't win the Coupe de France. Our freaking arch rivals did. It gets worse, doesn't it? I mean, can't get anywhere near Paris Saint-Germain. Our arch rival wins a trophy. And then you may have noticed, if you looked at the league table, that Rennes had an EL next to their name, which means they'd won a cup because they finished quite low down in the league. They beat Paris Saint-Germain in the final, so Paris Saint-Germain, they're not perfect, are they? Really? Just seem to beat me. But then look at that again. They got FM'd. Brilliant. Oh, but it gets worse for them. Poor Paris Saint-Germain. Lost a Champions League final. Oh. So I'll be going into this next season with 17 million in the bank. Not much to spend. Few players coming in. Hopefully I could do some business with the loans, a few ins and outs, and compete again. Top 4, it's just got to be top 4 again next year, I think, for me. Now, a quick look at my final squad, and you can see for yourself the players that were really good for me. I mean, Cabaye did well when he played. I just wanted to give the other guys a go, because I just don't think I want to go down the old guy route. Unless you're Mr. Perrin, I'll give him a chance till the very end, just because of what he's done for the club. But yeah, I mean, Arp's good. I wasn't going to be able to get him back. He'll be going back to Arsenal. And, you know, these were pretty crap. I can usually do a lot better. I really wanted to use my loans. Except this geezer has got a freaking another deal on his loan. So he's a 2-year loan. So I'm stuck with him and he's crap. And the one thing I could do, which was a thing I was going to have to wrestle with all summer, was sell him And this is Mohamed Bentaleb. He is French. He's 15. He was a standout player in the youth intake this year. Everyone else was a bit okay. And wow, right? If we got what he's wanted, look who's after him. They all end up offering me like 2.5 million. Eventually 10. And I keep saying no. And some of these are going up to 15 million. So eventually, the board's going to take over and say, we can't say no to this. So we'll have to find out, do we keep it or not? So there we have it. End of episode 1. Hopefully you enjoyed it. You're going to smash that like button. You're going to become a patron, aren't you? Because you want to be in FM21 on my main series, don't you? Again, there'll be a video out about that very soon. But yeah, thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it. Hopefully you enjoyed it. You're going to stick with this series and come back for episode 2. It's going to be a tough challenge, this. But I like it. I like a challenge. It gets your juices flowing, doesn't it? So thank you for taking the time out of your busy day. And thank you for helping me at 13,000 subs. I don't know if you've noticed, but I am on 13k now, which is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Couldn't do it without you. Love every single one of you. So, au revoir. I'll see you next time.